Hello, everyone. My name is Valerie Wilson, and I have chosen to highlight some areas of psychology that I found interesting throughout the program and that I look forward to exploring more about as I continue my education. I chose to highlight industrial organizational psychology because I feel it's increasingly relevant in our current workforce. Most people work one or two jobs and spend most of their time awake at work more than they do at home. We often don't have a choice about who we work with, and everyone comes to work with different personalities, different beliefs, behaviors, different cultural backgrounds, and also different skill levels. I feel like creating a workplace that respects each individual and promotes a healthy and positive work environment is really the key to how an organization is successful. To me, this combines two very interesting parts of psychology, both human behavior and organizational behavior. Throughout the program, we've studied several different theories that relate to both human behavior and organizational behavior. The following four theories that I felt were particularly relevant to my interest in IO psychology are the social cognitive theory of behavior, humanistic theory of management, the humanistic and expectancy theory of motivation, and then Lewin's change management model. My increasing understanding of human behavior and my personal experiences in the workplace have really motivated my interest in improving the environment where we all spend a majority of our time at work. So starting with the theories on behavior, social cognitive theory was introduced by Albert Bandura, who is considered to be one of the most influential psychologists of all time and the greatest living psychologist. He built on the groundbreaking theories of behaviorism introduced by Skinner and Watson, and he expanded on that by introducing the mental process to the idea that behavior is stimulated in the environment and then reinforced by a response. Um, he kind of took it one step further and he added in the mediational process or the mental process that involves attention, retention, reproduction, and motivation. I believe that this directly relates to how people function at work. It explains how we learn and how we emulate the behavior of others. And it also explains how an organizational culture is formed and how change management can be implemented and accepted in the work environment. The humanistic management theory takes a little different view than the scientific or mechanical view of management. So instead of only assigning value to things that can be measured, such as sales, profits, metrics, KPI, ROI, different things like that, it places a higher value on the individuals within the organization. Managers that use this theory of humanistic management are the ones that make the effort to recognize employees as individuals with different motivations and skills and then help them to meet their goals by reinforcing and maximizing their own individual strengths. This approach to management has grown in popularity over probably the past 10 years and is recognized because of its ability to increase organizational success and at the same time ensuring that people who are driving the success of the organization are also considered a priority. Motivation is what keeps people focused and working towards a goal. So motivation is extremely important to a business. There are several different theories of motivation. However, the two that I found most relevant for the workforce are the humanistic and the expectancy theories. The humanistic theory looks at the whole person and kind of builds on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It holds to the idea that people are motivated by what will help them reach the goal of self-actualization, or truly realizing what your talents are and fulfilling your potential. This motivational theory is important in business, but it can also be applied to your personal life, um, really anything. It's a little tricky. It's difficult to nurture because it is very subjective and it really depends on the individual. Um, the other motivational theory I believe is particularly applicable to the workplace is the expectancy theory. This theory believes that people make decisions about behavior based on what they expect the outcome to be. If an employee expects a reward for a specific behavior, they'll be more likely to follow through with that behavior. And that way, understanding that motivational theory allows managers to prioritize behavior that they feel is going to benefit the organization, and then encourage employees and motivate them by assigning a rewards to those specific behaviors. So the change management model within an organization is also very important. Organizations need to be very fluid. They need to change with the environment, and changing an organization successfully can really make the difference between making or breaking that organization. So Lewin created the model which is most often used in change management today. He proposed that in order for successful change management to happen, um, in the current practices, beliefs, and behaviors of the organization need to be unfrozen, essentially. The forces that are needed for change need to become stronger than the forces of resistance to change. And once that happens, everything can be unfrozen, change can happen, and then you need to kind of refreeze everything in the new model that's taking place. Refreeze those changes so things don't go back to the way they were. I think this theory is very interesting, and I'm definitely excited to learn more about it. And again, it's not only relevant to the workplace, but also can be applied to many different parts of life. I had to say I have truly enjoyed my experience in the Bachelor of Psychology program, and I am looking forward to continuing to learn about human behavior and organizational behavior and how to improve the work environment so that it can be as healthy as possible and a positive, inspiring place to be.